Good questions. Give me the first one again. So I want to avoid the second one for as long as I can. Yeah, yeah. Thank you. I've, for many, many years, for probably 25 years, I did an inspection of a dam probably almost every week. I've climbed up and down so many spillways and hit them with hammers and hired people to do GPR, ground penetrating radar, and drilled 1 million holes and stuck 1,000 cameras down through them, looking for voids beneath spillways. Every time, a dam, you think of a dam as this static element, this thing that will not move, that is absolutely there and that's where it stays. But in actuality, the embankment of a dam is hydrated and dehydrated as the water level goes up and down. And as these soils take this water into their granular structure, they swell. And then they shrink. And they swell and they shrink. And you can watch this in the monuments of a tall dam like this. When this thing fills, you can watch the top move as the hydration occurs from the pool forward. You can actually watch it move. It moves just a little bit, but enough. You take a concrete structure which grows in the heat of the sun and shrinks at night. That is a hard structure. So you have a soft structure and a hard structure. I was on a committee for the Association of State Dam Safety Officials that wrote a paper for conduits through earth and embankment dams. Same situation, same problem. You have a hard conduit going through a dam. And the problem is the interface where the soils meet the pipe, the interface where the soils meet the sluiceway. There, between that concrete and that earth, a little film of water can develop as those soils are hydrated, particularly when you have this charged situation that we unfortunately obviously have, which is your other half of that question. When they start moving, they move soil with them. So the water moves out, it takes soil. Even granite is eroded by water over time. There was a lake in the Northeast that we literally went in with bentonite and stopped it because it leaked so badly that there was no water in the reservoir anymore. So any type of soil will be eroded over time by water. Imagine that plain with that soil, with water running on it down there. And you can imagine what happens. Rifts occur, and they vent, and they get deeper and deeper. And that's what I believe has happened in the spillway, and I believe that it is continuing to happen. And that's why I'm assuming and hoping with all my heart. I've noticed that they've drilled the slabs. I assume that they've drilled the slabs and that they've established this and that they've sounded the slabs and that they've found where the voids are. And I assume that there will be a Portland-based kind of a program, perhaps modified with urethanes or modified with bentonites, where we're sealing these slabs as well as filling these voids. I don't know what they're doing, but I can tell you that that can't be allowed to continue as it is. Your answer to the blasting, my feelings about that, I personally, I would blast on a dam which did not hold a significant reservoir of water behind it. I would not blast on a dam that held a significant reservoir of water behind it and had numerous issues like this does. And in answer to you, could the blasting induce a wave which could cause partial liquefaction of those soils that are hydrated on the embankment? I would think that most engineers would answer that it could. I'm not actually an engineer, I'm a contractor, so I have to be careful about what I say, I guess. But I think everyone would agree that that's iffy at best. And the question is that a reasonable thing to do for the sake of time saving as is compared to normal excavation and splitting? And if it's done by normal excavation and splitting, will the induced waves be greater or less? So both of those things need to be looked at. Personally, I would not be an advocate of any blasting on a dam in the situation that this one stands. Yes, sir. Oh. I have heard this so many times, and it's a great question. I'm really glad you asked it. I've seen springs at the bottoms of dams. Some of them squirt up out of the ground that high. Always the dam owner comes over and goes, "That's not a port there. That's a spring. I'm in a stream bed and there's water. It looks like an artesian well venting." It is highly unlikely when you look at the angle of repose of the embankment. You have an embankment coming down grade like this. The rock is severely fractured, and you have the manifestation of that hydration is within the embankment, significantly across the embankment. That appears to me to be foundation pressure venting from around, and I think that's most likely. Yes, it theoretically could be, but I would give it a 1 in 100. I can't answer that because I don't understand. There's the groin where the soils abut, the embankment soil meets the indigenous bank. When they constructed the dam, they scoured the rock with high pressure water. They did dental work, they filled in the voids. If there's, yeah, if there's any pipe that penetrates the embankment at an elevation such as that, that would be a magnificently odd thing to allow to happen. All right. Is there anybody up there? If you run back for me, let's see if we can find that slide. Uh-huh. Yeah, the word spring, there's phreatic water which runs down slope through the cracks, through the weathered rock of the abutting soils. And indeed, the spillway has drains which are there to pick up the phreatic water so that the soils outside of the sluiceway are not charged. That is done so that the pressure under the spillway is as little as possible compared with that loading the spillway. So you don't want charged pressure under there. You certainly don't want a spring there. I did look at the construction photographs. I've looked at the construction photographs of this dam just because it's such a large dam, and I've been doing this for so long, and I've given training so many times. I didn't note any springs. I doubt very much with all due respect, that there are springs that are manifesting and that they have much to do with any of this. It's possible, certainly. Hmm. Mm-hmm.